Hi, I'm Katie, and welcome to the Semi Social Podcast, where three anxious ladies pick apart the world one piece at a time. I'm here with Mars, who is going to sell you a car one day,
Hello. Can I interest you in
and,
a Cadillac?
and Hannah, who will find those lost at sea.
Ahoy, matey!
We usually like to start out this thing with a little segment called Quick Bites.
Quick
So-
bites.
Anybody got some quick bites?
Okay, so today I was at work, and I'm a therapist. I feel like that's important to this story. And I'm in my office, and I have to fart, but it's 5 minutes before my session's supposed to start. So, question I'm asking myself is, do I risk farting and it's smelling really bad and my client walking in and knowing that it was me that did it? Or do I hold it for the whole 50-minute session, 55, because this is 5 minutes before the session starts, just be wildly uncomfortable the whole time? You guys have any
It
thoughts?
seems like you're asking for advice, and I know that this story already happened, so I'm really interested to know like what you did decide to do. But I want to say
true.
you could have farted, and maybe they would have just been like, "It stinks in this building," you know?
Yeah.
But then it's like, are they going to hold their breath the whole session? Because I think if they smell the air, it's going to stink again. Because that's
They
probably
just
what I would do.
suffocate.
I would absolutely just be like plugging, like, yeah, so whenever I was a child, I was really nervous. Like, you know?
Also,
Just 'cause
I
I don't-
lived with you, and I know those parts are rank.
Yeah.
So-
As a listener, you might think 5 minutes should have been enough time for it to leave the room. That is not true.
I have a dairy allergy that I don't care about. So, you're welcome, everybody.
It would linger, and it would be the worst thing you've ever smelled.
So, here's the fun part. I risked it because I was not going to be holding that the whole session. I'd die or float away, probably. Anyway, and plot twist, it didn't smell like anything. First time in my life, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what
It's been a weird
you
day for
Wow.
me. What a thing to say.
You should
So,
send your client to me so that we can have a group therapy about the stink of your farts and how we got through it.
Yeah, you could definitely be an expert to lead that session.
I feel like you could be part of it.
Yeah, I think that seeing your like guttural trauma reaction every time she wouldn't leave the room far enough. It just, it really lets you know.
So when we
But
take
we've
this
all
show
been
on
there.
the road, we're going to have a VIP lounge where people come to smell my farts and judge how
Yeah.
stinky they are based on other farts they've smelled. And
Make it an event.
fart sommeliers, if you will. That can be our following.
I hope not. Good God. I hope not.
I also have a
Oh,
quick
man.
bite,
Yeah,
if I may.
Please do.
Okay, so they're showing my apartment because it's posted up for rent and I need someone to move into it. And
Yeah.
they tell me usually when they're going to come. So this lady said that they were coming at 3 today. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And I usually leave like 10 minutes before to like allow plenty of time to not have to have any kind of social interaction or anxiety with that whole situation. And I was on the toilet at 2:45, 15 minutes before, with the door wide open because, like, it's my apartment. I'm not going to close the door and no one lives here, And
no.
I hear this woman, well, I didn't know it was a woman at the time, but I know now it was a woman, knock on the door, and she starts unlocking all the things as soon as she's knocked. And I was like, ew, what? And, like, I have the thing open and I'm on the toilet. And I had to, like, freak out and, like, rush to the door and be like, excuse me, I am here. And she was like, oh, are you here to see the apartment? And I was like, what? I'm in the apartment. I live here. How would I be
you were
in
not
here?
locked.
The door's
Apartment.
locked to view the apartment. No, ma'am. I'm going to leave in 15 minutes and you will come back. And that was my nightmare of the day.
Wow. Did she leave?
She was just like, okay.
She was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I just got here early. And I was like, yeah, dude, what the fuck? You can't just be coming in here. Is your first day on the
people
job?
people
Maybe.
live in it still.
Sometimes
That's
people
so
don't,
weird.
but in this case, people do. And that people is me.
Yeah, you are
Yeah,
people.
well, and also like give it a beat before you start unlocking it,
Right?
please.
Give it a hard beat. Give it 2 beats. Like, as long
Give
as you
it
would wait for
couple
someone
knocks.
to get to a door.
Yeah.
It's not even a courtesy. It was just like a knock, unlock. I was like, no, this isn't like an anthropology dressing room, you know? Like,
Right. Oh man.
Wow.
Well, I'm full. You guys full?
I'm full.
of
That was a lot
bites?
of bites.
We had a lot of bites,
A
dude.
lot of bites.
I think we can get right into it then. Just a quick little explanation of what our main deal is here. We are, living our lives and thinking of topics that are just like so normal but can be so intricately picked apart. And we're just going to do that right now. We're going to take those topics.
3 brave women with all
Yes.
of the anxiety doing the world anyways.
There is no courage without fear. You know what I'm saying?
Not all heroes wear
Accidentally.
capes.
Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, first topic was posed by Hannah. So, if you want to start.
Tee it up.
So, this is really a tough one for me. I know I've had many conversations with friends in the past about this topic, but I know I struggle personally with the desire to have long hair, and I'm always cutting it off because I have a lot of anxiety. So, haircuts, right? Like, what's the deal with that? Why am I always cutting my hair off? Why can't I go in there and know myself when I sit in that chair? I immediately become someone else and I say, you know what? Chop it all off today. I'm a different person than I am 364 days a year. And it's ridiculous and it's horrible. And I keep getting these bangs and then I keep not styling them. It's like, I don't know why this is what I do with my life, but I'm constantly in a bad haircut that I am not a fan of. Do you struggle with the same things, friends?
I did not see this topic going in this direction. I thought it was anxiety about haircuts, just like sitting there while they cut your hair quietly is the anxiety, but to just go in and be like, yeah, cut it off. Okay.
Well, here's the thing is I know there's many anxieties that people endure during this of talking to the hairdresser. What are they going to suggest? Are they really going to listen to me? There's a lot, but for me, it's cutting and dyeing my hair when I don't want to, just out of sheer panic as soon as I sit in the chair. And it's not a good look on me.
What prompts the pain? Like why are they suggesting it? You going in there with a plan and then they're like, you know what, I think you'd look good with bangs and blonde hair. And you're like, okay.
I want to clarify that Katie's wanting me to dissect where my anxiety comes from. Let me tell you right now, folks, therapist, I don't know. I just sit down and I go, yeah, chop it off. I don't know. They're not suggesting this. This comes
That's not what
from
this is
me.
for. We're not here to learn anything, all right?
So you just become possessed by someone else who once a year gets to decide what hair you have. And they always pick something different.
I think it's is that I want my hair to be long, but I do something that I think is going to be a picture on the way to long. I'm like, oh, look at this picture. Cut my hair in this certain way. And
you have a picture? You have a picture already? So there's
no.
Full panic.
No, I do a picture.
Are we gaslighting you enough right now?
Apparently. I bring a picture and I'm like, cut it this way. And then it doesn't look like the picture. And so the next time I go in, I'm like, well, I hate this. So the option, instead of growing it out, is just chop it off and start again to growing it long, which doesn't make any sense. But that's where I go.
The only way to get longer is to first get shorter. That's what I always say.
Exactly.
Said that.
Exactly. I'm sweating just thinking about it.
I'm sweating thinking about it for you.
Yeah, or like I go to my husband and I say, I'm not going to get my hair dyed again because I hate the texture of the bleach. And I come home and I say, what did I do? I sat down and I said, bleach it all. That sounds good. I don't know why I do this, but I panic and I make weird decisions as soon as I sit in the chair. So,
see,
haircuts.
I was definitely not expecting this angle on it because I personally have never had the experience of like a total pivot out of my mouth, but I have had them be like, is this what you wanted? Like at the end, and it be completely wrong. Completely wrong. And I'm just like, yep.
I've had a few that where it's wrong.
Yup.
That's with like dyeing hair. They can get that way where it's just wrong, you know, and you're like, nah, dude.
And you're totally within your right to be like, it's actually not right. Can you please fix it? I don't want to leave and be looking like this.
But would you do that?
No.
Never.
The only time I've seen it happen is when our friend, Mallory, got her hair bleached to blonde. And it was so yellow and so nasty. And we were just like, you need to fix this right now. And then she didn't fix it. She did something, but it didn't fix it. So it's like, in extreme cases, I could see it happening. And I think it also only happened that way because I was there to be like her, like, you know, person that's coming to help her out when you can't say it for yourself.
So she wasn't gaslighted?
Right. Or like,
Gaslight?
you know, and not to be sexist, but it's the only thing I can think of. It's just like when you go to the mechanic and then you call your dad and your dad is like, no, you're not dealing with that. I'm going to tell them what it is.
Or
just,
uncle.
Or uncle or
clarification.
Or aunt.
Nope. It has to be a man.
Yep. That's true. Only men know about cars.
But it doesn't have to be
I'm Katie, and I'm anxious about making this analogy, so I'm going to set it up in a way that says I'm not sexist.
I'm going to overdo it on that, and then everyone's going to know that I really do think women are less than. No, but I would never, like, tell somebody that my haircut was wrong, because what are they going to do? You know? Do the whole thing over? Yes, if I ask them. But I'm not going to. You know?
I don't think it's ever been wrong in that they left it long enough to fix it. It's just they're going to take more hair off, and that's going to make me tell them to shave my head next time I go in there. It's getting shorter and shorter every time. So, Marissa, your hair is long. How do you manage anxiety until chop all your hair off every time you go in?
To be honest, I am a very confident person at the beginning of my hair appointment. I'm the most confident person you'll ever find. And in my whole life, that's the most confident I'll ever be, is to say what I want and need from that lady or man. But it's a woman, because I'm sexist.
Yeah, yep. This is a purely sexism podcast.
That's the most confident I am in my whole life, is when I am about, and when I'm telling someone how I would like my hair to be done, because I have studied and researched it for so much time that I know exactly what I would like. But at the end, if they don't do it, I'm like, yep, sure. This is good.
Yeah. You're just like, I need to pay you so I can leave and cry. Thank you.
Yeah. Just need to
take my money as fast as possible because I can't look at you for one more second.
See you next week.
And here's a $15 tip. Yeah. I mean, my strategy, as you both know, is to not just not go. I just don't. I don't go to the hair salon. I don't get my hair cut, and it grows to lengths unseen. And then I chop it all off at once, and I say, "Here you go." I mail it to somebody.
Anybody.
Mail it. Yeah. I just stick it in the mail and don't put any address on it. No return address. They'll find it.
Sprayed in the mailbox.
And then I wait another like 3 years, and then I just cut it off again. It's like, you know, it's beautiful. And my hair's it's totally healthy and nothing is wrong with it. And don't look at it though. Don't look at it very close because it's fine.
But you also learned how to do it a little bit.
to cut my hair.
Diet.
Well, yeah, I could dye it, but that just makes it worse for when it's long. Honestly.
Did you not learn how to cut it? It seems like you learned how to cut it.
No, absolutely not.
Did you watch a YouTube video?
I did watch a YouTube video one time when I was trying to cut my dad's hair, but that's not
That's a different guy.
the same thing at all.
No,
And I didn't do that good. So,
You cut your dad's hair?
yeah, pandemic times.
Oh, okay.
When I was staying with them.
Was he nice?
Was he nice? My
Was
dad?
he- Okay, I know your dad is nice, but I mean, like, was he? Did he like it? And then, did he lie?
Sure. No, I did okay, and then my mom came in and like did a bunch of mom stuff to it, where she's just like doing it fast, and you're like, how do you just know how to do this? And then it was fine. So he was fine with it. More than anything, he just needed it to not be horrible and long, because he has that hair that sticks straight out whenever it grows out, so the sides were just like, pew, like bad. It was bad.
It's like a photograph of Albert Einstein.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Well, next on the list is from me, and this is a divisive topic, I believe. Cruise ships.
Cruise ships. Cruise ships.
I will not chant for cruise ships. They are floating morgues, and they're disgusting, and I hate them.
Floating morgues.
And
Ooh.
literal. Yes, there's a morgue on every cruise ship. Okay.
Made Marissa a little chilly.
What?
A little
It
what?
was a bad one. Fell flat on that one. Keep moving, Katie.
I didn't hear it. Don't repeat it.
There's a morgue on a cruise ship? Is that real?
Yes, every single cruise ship has a morgue because people go there and die all the time. Old people go on them so that they can just like sail till they die. Literally, they never go on land. They just continue to be on the cruise ship. I don't know. They probably have to
Disney cruise?
walk off or not. Yes, every single. What are you gonna do? What if you're out there for 2 weeks in the middle of the ocean and somebody dies? No, Disney's not just gonna be like, well, keep him in your room. Like, no, you've got to have a place for them. So they stick him in the morgue, and it's weird. And I don't like that idea that there could be any number of dead bodies on a cruise ship with me at any time.
Oh,
Aside from the fact that I already just like too many parts of it are really scary to me. Like being trapped in the ocean with a bunch of strangers, being if you don't like somebody, guess what? They're there the whole time. And then also motion sickness. But that's sort of a personal issue.
What was the last one?
Motion sickness. It's just like I can't do it because of that, but if it weren't that, I still wouldn't go.
Do they have a hospital?
Hospital.
I don't know.
A
Like
full-
if you have a heart
full
attack.
size.
Are they ready?
I don't think so. I
Or a
think they
baby.
have. I think I don't know about that one. I'm sure they have some sort of medical staff on the boat.
And a chopper.
But like, right, like how do they get people out of there if they need to? I don't know if they can. Like probably, but
A helicopter, right? Do you call
I'm
helicopters
assuming-
choppers?
Yeah, I know. It was just very funny to me that you
Oh.
called it a chopper.
you're using that word so much. You have a shorthand for it that you just.
We also call motorcycles
the
that. So then
choppers.
I was like, am I wrong here? Is it just motorcycles that you call choppers?
Well, you
Yeah.
call why do they call them choppers? Motorcycles,
Because they're chopping through the air so
They
quickly.
be chopping.
But that's what helicopters do.
We be chopping.
I'm gonna look that up if that's okay with everyone.
That's got to be
Odd.
the best morgue to work in the world, though. Is one on a
I
cruise
don't
ship,
know.
right? A Disney cruise ship. Because I'm betting that not a lot of people die on a Disney cruise ship.
Why not?
Yeah, but on a Disney cruise,
just
I
too
feel like
happy?
that'd be the worst. Like the likelihood that it could be a kid is like so much higher.
Oh, but you're already working in a morgue, so you're like, ready for that. You've seen it all. You've worked in a morgue, But I bet on a Disney cruise, like most days of the week, you're like doing nothing. You're just being like, I am on a Disney cruise, and I think the bartender's cute,
But what if you're just like the one medical guy who's just like you get called in whenever somebody has sickness,
Oh.
but also if we got a dead person, you
Jack
got to
of all
take them
trades.
away.
Then that's the worst job.
Yeah, I think that's the worst job
Then
in the
that's
world.
the worst morgue to work in.
Yeah, but
Guess
if
you have
it's
to, like-
just a morgue guy that floats around on the ocean with nothing to do but is
Just, like, sits in that
has a
dungeon all day.
job, it's like at least work at the buffet and serve some freaking chicken fingers. Like at least you got
Oh
something
my
to
God.
do all day.
No.
Get a job, you lazy
my
piece of
God.
shit.
Also, if I found out on a cruise that the person scooping my mashed potatoes was like, yeah, I also took Barbara down in the morgue. She died. She was 86.
No!
I would jump off of that boat. I would jump off of that boat.
And
We
then
all
that
would.
same
It would be
person
the
would
right
get
choice.
your body.
They'd
and
have to
take
scoop
you
me out of
to
the ocean.
morgue. Put you
And
next
then
to
it just
keeps
Barbara.
going.
If I'm trapped on a cruise ship, I need something to do. I'm not just gonna be able to sit in the morgue all day and stare at the cold air.
You just
moving
fucking
around.
like
Like
golf
janitor.
and sit in a hot tub and drink, you know?
If you're on
See,
duty,
but I
you
don't
can't
think
be
they
drinking.
respect.
You might have to do a medical examination. Figure out why somebody died.
You can do a
No.
slow slurp.
I don't know if they do
No.
the diet, the what is? I almost said colonoscopy. What is it called? When you're dead.
Autopsy.
Yeah.
Colonoscopy.
What? I don't think they do that on the boat. I would
Little of
assume.
this, little of that. Basically,
I think
the
they
same
just-
deal.
I think they just have the freezers to be like, these things can't be gross.
So
I
nobody
bet they
actually
don't.
needs to be trained. It could be the guy with the chicken fingers taking the chicken
It
fingers
could.
out of the freezer, putting a body into one. It's all
Oh
same.
my god, it
It's
stresses me out.
definitely
so
that
much.
guy. It's definitely that
Same.
guy.
But
And
they have
he's
to keep up
traumatized.
appearances. So yeah, he has to just eat it all. Okay, I shouldn't have said it like that. But like emotionally, he has to eat it, all of his feelings
Only
and
the
not
feelings.
say them. Yeah.
Not the corpses, people. Just the feelings.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. They probably wouldn't be. You know, I'm not gonna finish that thought. About
Unless-
eating people. No.
Okay.
Person said, unless.
No, don't
Okay, well,
finish
they'd
it.
all be old. They usually are old. The people that die on the cruise ships. So, like, you don't want to eat them if you're gonna eat a person. I'm not saying anybody wants to.
Who do you want to eat, Katie?
No one. I don't even eat animals.
If you had to eat one person in the whole world,
Who would it be? Tell us right now.
If I had to,
Yeah.
you guys have to answer first. Obviously, you're not gonna let me be the only one talking too much about cannibalism, and then I say one person, and you guys are just like, you're weird.
I'd eat
And then you
Vladimir
move on?
Putin. Take one for the team. You know,
With a nice little side of borscht.
there's no way to get that guy tastes good.
no,
he's
he
real
doesn't taste-
beefy,
I'm not
though.
eating him because he tastes good. I'm taking one for the team. This is
It's not
I'm
who
doing
would you murder,
charity.
it's who would you eat.
Yeah, I think you gotta think of it as who would be the best to eat, because you're thinking of like who would I be taking out of the world by saying I'm eating them because they would be dead because I'm eating them.
Yeah, I guess that's hard because it's like then I have to like think about myself enjoying eating someone. So maybe somebody
guess
else
that's
go
true.
first.
Yeah, I think the answer is nobody. I don't think that we would like to eat a person. We
My
can't
s-
answer it.
I found it out. It's myself.
No.
Okay, maybe that's
Uh-uh.
maybe you're right.
That would be a nightmare.
I guess you'd have to. Oh no, we don't need to get the logistics of that.
There's no way it would be good.
I'll just say this.
No,
I
I'm
like-
thinking.
I
Just...
like to eat a lot of food. So I'm gonna eat Shaq. That's a lot of food.
Oh my god. America's
Okay.
sweetheart.
No, I love him. I'm not eating him like I'm eating Vladimir Putin, okay? This is
Yeah.
getting weird. But
We
Shaq
have.
is a lot of food, and I like to have
He's
a lot
of
of food.
Papa John's.
I bet he tastes good. I bet he's probably, got some good seasonings
Tastes like
in
Papa
there.
John.
Papa John's. He takes care of himself. He's got the Icy Hot commercials. He knows how to
Yeah.
sell
Comes
me
with
printering.
the garlic butter.
Yeah,
And those
garlic
ribs, can you
butter.
imagine? You're
Garlic
just like
butter.
holding on to him like this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
they're
God.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
That's so much person to eat.
Yeah, I think I would like to go the opposite direction actually and make it the least amount of person to eat.
I think I would agree with that. But then you're eating a baby, so
No. I didn't say that. You said that. You said that, not me.
Katie wants the world to know that she did not say that.
I did not talk about eating a baby. Okay. I'm thinking someone who's like really short, but like definitely an adult.
Okay.
Because it's better if it's a human that's older than a human that's younger. Somehow.
Well, I think that I'm
moral
gonna say it.
compass.
Controversial opinion. I think it's wrong to kill and eat children.
Unlike Hocus Pocus 2, out now.
True. They really do just be doing that, huh?
I need to watch
Yep.
that.
They're cute about it though, so it's okay.
Yeah, they're cute witches, so we like them. Who's really short? Who's really Snooki? I'd use Snooki.
That's a okay.
Jeez,
I'm
coming
sorry.
At Snooki now. We're coming at Snooki and Shaq.
She's like 4
Watch
something. Right?
Maybe that's a compliment.
I was gonna
She's-
say
She's 4'8".
Isn't the woman on
4'8".
yeah, it's pretty short.
Fair 4'8". I ate her. 4'8". Get it? All right. Please take me away.
The woman on SNL, and she played the cop on New Girl. You know what I'm talking about?
The cop.
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
her?
mhm.
I think she'd be a tight little package to eat. She's small.
Ew. Oh my god.
Oh
Like a perverted old dad.
She's a small person. You know
Allie
what
Nelson.
I meant.
Allie
Oh my
Nelson.
God. A tight little package to eat. Listen to yourself.
We have absolutely. Oh
Yeah,
no,
I'd like to
her
circle
actual
back to
name in the
cruise
show is
ships.
Allie Nelson.
I think that it's important for everybody to know that my anxiety is usually after I've said something. I just want to take it back.
I'm glad that you said
And
it.
Nassim
Somebody
Pedrad.
needs to.
I'm trying to find out how tall
Oh.
she is.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, Brissa has not announced who she'd be eating.
I just wish I don't want to have to say. 'Cause
Yeah, we can't move on until we know.
I
Because
like
it's a real
little-
desire.
I like the less having to eat a person standpoint without having to be a baby. Asterisk. I don't know. I want to say like maybe what's his butt from Game of Thrones, Tyrion. That's a tight little package to eat.
Oh my god. What a good idea. Wow.
Okay, you got too
Don't I
excited
look
about
dumb now?
Got
I'm
really
sorry.
excited.
I'm
Katie,
sorry,
sounds like
Peter
you actually
Dinklage.
would like to eat him.
No. Well, not like that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that right now. Cruise ships. Yeah.
Nobody is eating anyone or any babies and cruise
No.
ships.
Also, aside from cruise ships having morgues, which is totally the relevant thing that we just were talking about, what if it sinks? So many people will die.
Yeah, but you'll have the whole Titanic to tell your story, you know? Like
Will
the
you?
movie.
Kate Winslet will make a movie about you specifically. She made Titanic. She wasn't just in it, she made that movie.
Kate Winslet will
Okay,
make your
well,
movie.
I'd still like to not die in the ocean. At least not by choice. What? Anyway, that's not how that works.
That seems like a nightmare way to die. Yeah, it wouldn't be top of my list. Dying on a cruise ship. It'd be at the bottom of how I'd like to die, I think. Unless I'm very, very
See?
old.
That's
know.
like people choose it.
I'd die
Then
on a cruise
maybe.
ship. I don't really want to drown at sea. That seems frightening. But if I just like drop dead with a corny dog and a beer in my hand, that's a good day.
That's not how it works, though. You don't sink and then you're dead.
Yeah, maybe that's more what I mean. I wouldn't like to drown either.
No, I'm saying if
Or
I'm an
sink
old
on a boat.
person with a corny dog and a beer in my hand and I just drop dead
Oh.
because I'm old, like, hell yeah, I'm there for that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to be on a cruise ship because of motion sickness. I also feel like the only thing to do on a cruise ship, really, once you're an adult, is get drunk, and I want to be able to leave and not be drunk in a
Mm-hmm.
room that is bigger than the closet I am currently sitting in. So I'll just go.
Yep. And
I'll
you
just
don't want it to cost
Yeah, I'll just go get drunk
$400 million.
downtown somewhere and then go home and then have something else to do the next day.
And then not have the risk of
Yeah.
getting lost at sea.
Or COVID and stuck on the cruise ship for the rest of your life, because that was the most mortifying thing of all time when all those people got stuck on that cruise ship because they just kept contracting
God.
COVID back and forth forever. It's awful.
True.
What a bad deal.
Absolutely. No. No, that's a no from me.
No.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Absolutely. We're going to have to pay Randy Jackson now
I'll
for
pay
saying
him.
that.
Come at me, Randy.
What?
Come ask me for your money.
Come at me, Randy.
Come at me, Randy. I've always said that.
You have always said that.
That's my slogan.
That's what you always say.
What else we got? Anything else to milk out of cruise ships?
Oh my God, the choice of words. No.
Did I ruin it by saying milk and cruise ship in the same sentence?
It's just because it's dead bodies and then milk. It's like none of it's right, you know?
All right. Well, next on the agenda is elevators.
Oh God, I hate elevators so much.
I don't even feel like I need to explain it, but I will. Thank you for asking. It's just like you're on them with other people that you don't know in dead silence for what feels like an eternity. Also, I had someone get on an elevator with me the other day at work, and they got on and they faced me. And they weren't looking at their phone.
Were they looking at you?
And they were looking, I didn't look at them, but it felt like they were looking at me. They were facing me. So like out of the corner of my eye, it looked like they were staring directly at me. And I was just like looking forward like a normal person, being like, what the actual fuck?
They were keeping an eye on you.
It like, that has to be their thing, right? They're like, oh, I get on elevators and I don't face the door. You know, it's like,
I think they were sus. I think that they thought you were going to make a move. They wanted to be ready.
Gotta keep on an eye on her. Got a tight little package over there. She might whip out her moves on me. Start kicking ass.
It doesn't get any easier to hear every time you say tight little package.
Well, this goes out to all those of you that are big loose packages.
You big loose parcel. Ugh. Okay. I hate everything. So elevators in our dorms was a trip. So shout out Texas Tech, Wall Gates.
Wall Gates.
The elevator constantly felt like it was going to fall into the basement. Like every time you got on it, it was like, am I gonna live through this? That was like not an inspected elevator since probably 1960 was the last elevator inspection. That was terrifying.
That guy was drunk when he did it, probably.
Absolutely. Well. But the thing about elevators, being on an elevator with your best friend, is that it's impossible to not laugh at whoever else gets on the elevator for no reason. I want everyone who's listening to this, all three of you, to go test this out, to get onto an elevator with your best friend and try not to laugh at whoever else gets on. It's impossible. So that is...
It doesn't even have to be, I mean, with your best friend, but even sometimes when I'm alone, I just want to be like...
Just alone is hard, you know? Also, yeah.
Because it's just so awkward and weird, and like you're both being silent and no one's saying anything. It's like, it would be better if we just were like polite, you know?
I mean, some elevators have music, but some of them don't.
No, I have to talk to anybody who gets on an elevator because I will be laughing at them and they will think I'm insane. So I talk to every person who gets on an elevator for their safety.
What do you say?
Hey, how's it going? You come here often?
And then they'd go,
Do they respond to that?
They're like, hey, yeah, people talk to me on elevators.
wow,
Yeah.
I could never.
I talk to people
When you get off, do you say bye?
on planes. Yeah, have a good day. That's what I tell them.
When they leave or when you leave or both?
I mean, if you both walk out at the same time, I'm assuming you can't say goodbye.
Yeah,
Do you hug them?
I give them a
Do you
full
give them-
hug. Long
them a
one,
piece of
too.
candy?
Size them up to see if there's somebody I want to eat later.
And then you say in their ear, yeah, you're a tight package, aren't you?
Oh my god.
And then they sue you.
I hate that so much. It makes my skin crawl.
And then I get sued. Yeah.
Oh my god. I wish that you would say that to someone. Because you're like also just like an unassuming? Is that what you'd say?
Yeah.
An
just
unassuming pervert?
I would never,
She's non-threatening.
I would never, like, you don't come off as like someone who's about to be like, you're a tight little package, aren't you?
I feel like
I know you, so it's hard, but
you could easily say after, they'll never believe you, and it would be right.
oh my god,
gosh!
that's so true.
I know, which is the worst part, because you're just like, oh my god, now I feel like I can't even say anything, because why would I? They're not going to believe me.
So not only has this podcast now gone to who would we eat, but I could get away with being a pervert and no one would believe anyone. So
Yeah,
we're really
super
learning a lot
lighthearted.
about ourselves in the discussion of our anxiety.
absolutely no crime is being planned in this podcast. Thank you.
We'll put that as a little like
Disclaimer.
thing at the beginning. A disclaimer. Yeah, that's like none of this you can take to law.
If you're a
'cause we said
cop-
it now.
You have to tell us, and you can't listen.
Just stop listening 30 minutes ago if you're
You
a
gotta.
cop.
You gotta. Please stop having listened before this as well.
Yeah, you're a liar and you're a pervert and we've caught you
And
now.
we're talking to Interpol as soon as we can, so you better get with it. I hate elevators generally. I just don't like them. Feels very similar to the cruise ship, although it might be kind of
Every elevator has a morgue on it. Did you know that?
Yep, that's why I don't like them. You're right. You got it. But it's like it's not gonna ever happen. But what if it stops and fails and you're stuck in it for like forever, and like you're in there with some random dude or
And
like
you
a
have to
bunch of
eat
people,
him.
and you have to eat them. Who are you gonna pick? Probably the tightest little
And-
package.
And they've just called you a tight little package. And it's Hannah.
And everyone could hear you because you're on a not moving elevator. No, but
Unless
it's just
you
like,
gaslight
oh,
them by
man.
whispering it.
Yeah, true. I just like and like being like, you got to have a pee corner, you know, if you get stuck in an elevator, and God forbid it becomes a poop corner.
You would use 2 of your 4 corners for bodily
no.
functions.
It would just become a poop corner after and a
Okay.
pee corner. The pee
If you
corner
had
gets
a pee
and
corner
promoted.
and a poop corner
Or
in
demoted.
this elevator, I would be offended.
no. It would definitely just be the
Just
one
take
corner.
your pee and your poop to the morgue, and then it doesn't have to be in there, and it'll be cold.
Yeah. Yeah, you just pry the doors open and pee out of that, and just hope for the best.
I imagine the morgue of an elevator is on top of it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and
It's
there's like a guy
Oh.
sitting up there crisscross, like reading a newspaper, being like, yep, I'm the morgue guy.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
that be hard though? Wouldn't you want it in the bottom so you could just slide that dead body right in there
no. You have to move the panel above your head.
and
You know,
lift
the
it?
little panel, lift it over, and then the guy's reading his newspaper. He puts it down, and he just leans out half his body. You know, his torso's hanging out. His hips are up there, though. You know, he's grounded. And he reaches down, and you gotta like lift it to him, and he grabs the arms and pulls it on up there.
What if the only person in the elevator is the dead one?
Well, that guy's got things that we don't know about that he does on his job, and we don't have to ask him.
He has like a sensor for dead weight.
He's got like
Oh, God.
huge biceps, and he can just like hurl the guy up through the elevator. top and
Probably.
just like shoots him up there.
There's also like a bunch of wires and cables that he can probably like maneuver a device if necessary.
I think those are all being used for something.
Well,
The
I mean,
elevator.
he's the elevator morgue guy. He's got like superpowers because he just lives there, right?
Yeah. I see it now as like he's a vigilante up there.
Yeah.
I think he should be living under it because that'd be way easier.
Just so wrong.
How's he gonna read his newspaper?
Yeah.
How did he read it on the top of it?
No.
He was sitting crisscross.
He was in a little chair.
Okay, but where do you put the body? He's just putting it on top of the elevator now. It's just outside of the elevator, but it's still just a loose dead body.
No, there's like a beautiful white room that's well lit.
Well, why can't the well lit room? Why can't the well lit room be on the bottom of it?
It just isn't.
You're wrong.
I was seeing him just loose in the machinery on top of the elevator.
I
and
knew
when
you
the body
were.
it goes up there with him, it's just up there with him until he takes it home with him.
No.
As all morticians do.
Yeah, every mortician
perform
gets
a
in their hearse.
colonoscopy.
Yep, determine the what they ate before they died.
See if they'd like to eat them or not.
Okay.
Based on their flavorings.
We can't get away from it. What
God
the worst elevator though? The worst type of elevator, beyond any shadow of any doubt, is an outdoor elevator. One that opens to the outdoors and that's it. Like in a parking garage.
Oh, where you see it? Oh, no.
Like it's outside. Like it's an outside elevator. It's rare, but it's outside.
I see what you mean. And they're 1,000 degrees if you're in Texas.
Oh my God, they're so hot. They have no air conditioning because why would they? They're just constantly opening and closing as elevators do.
They seem like they should be illegal because they're so hot and you would die.
I hate them. And I feel like they're so sketchy. Sketchier than regular ones just because like you're so like your stress level's up there because it's so hot. So you just feel like it's worse. And
Yeah,
there's so
and
many
they
variables.
smell bad near hospitals. So there's that. The outdoor elevators near hospitals, like there's like one to like a parking garage or something like downtown, like Parkland or something, you know, Children's Hospital. They're like stinky because they're so like hot and like got a bunch of like dusty folks going to the hospital inside of them.
I feel like maybe all elevators
I could
just
not.
stink.
Yeah, and those elevators that are near hospitals, they're always stinky.
That's so specific.
I was like, what does that mean?
The outdoor elevators near a hospital smell bad.
I think all outdoor elevators have the potential to smell bad.
That's right.
How many outdoor elevators have you been in, Hannah?
Well, a lot near hospitals.
I have, where I would go into work, I don't go into work anymore, but where I did before the plague hit, it has 2 elevators in the parking garage. And one of them always had a teeny tiny little orange cone in front of it, like, this one's broken. And I said, I don't like that. I don't like that. And I don't like that sometimes it's the other one, and the other one is the one I gotta use. And also, what is happening to these elevators?
Wait, it would switch between them? It wasn't like
Yes.
one was permanently out of commission?
Absolutely.
Oh no, I'm taking the stairs. I don't trust that for a
I
second.
know, right?
No.
It's like, what? I hate, I mean, the cones were so cute, but danger.
Okay, the elevator at my job actually stops working regularly. And I've never gotten stuck in it, but all my coworkers, I don't know if all of them, but some of them have gotten stuck. Someone beside me like got stuck one day and she was like, "Oh yeah, I got stuck for like an hour this morning in there." And I was like, "Oh my God, that is such a long time and you're acting so calm about it. I would have ended my life in that elevator,
Dude.
after 10 minutes."
You'd be like,
There's
there's
no
a
way.
morgue on this thing. I'll get out if I die.
Knock on the top. There's somebody up there. I know he's just reading his newspaper waiting for me.
Freaking Grim Reaper.
Yeah, I imagine it's the same newspaper the whole time he's been up there. It's like 1927. It's just like, in the news, where the talkies are in the movies, whatever.
He hasn't
History.
seen a soul in 100 years.
Yep. Yep. He's just like, nobody dies on elevators.
Yeah, if I was stuck for an elevator in an hour, I would just start murdering people as I exited the elevator. I think would be my immediate plan.
I imagine you like growing Wolverine claws and just like taking him out as you go.
Just at least punching everyone in the face I saw for the next hour.
Right after that, I'd be like, I'm going home and I'm not coming in tomorrow or next week.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Also, elevators with doors in the front and the back gives me a lot of anxiety.
That's rough.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they open the other way, honestly, even if like a building has 2 elevators on like either side of a hallway, whenever I come out of them, I feel like, I don't know if you read Ender's Game, but like, or the movie, and it's like when you come out, you don't know like which way is going to be up or left or right, and you have to like step out and be like, I don't know where I am anymore every time.
Yeah.
I imagine that's how dogs feel when they get in a car. Because they get into
When
it.
they step out of it or when they get in?
Well, I guess when they step out, because any car ride, right? Because they just get into it, and then they're like, "Yep, I'm in this car, and I'm going." I don't know how that works. And then they're like, "Oh my god, we're at the park now!" Like,
Yeah.
how did we get here? I don't know
Yeah.
how that works. I'm a
Yeah.
dog.
You just have to accept the world that happens to you.
Yeah, you're just cool with it.
Maybe we wouldn't have anxiety if we could just accept the world that happened to us.
We just got to be dogs.
Stop the podcast.
Be the dog you wish to see in the world.
Yes. I was thinking about this double door situation. And you know where I see a lot of double door?
Near
Elevators?
hospitals.
In hospitals is
Oh
the
my God.
answer. And I don't like that because anybody could just get on the elevator with a corpse at any given time, and that's terrifying.
Shoot him up to the morgue.
That's why hospitals are to be avoided. Any morgue adjacent, anything, is to be avoided.
So really this episode is just about morgues and how terrifying they are.
Morgues give us anxiety. You don't get haircuts at
Your hair keeps growing after you die, so that's a haircut. Gross.
Haircut gross.
With dead bodies.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because this all makes a lot of sense. Everything we've said is very good.
They have somebody at the grave site funeral. What are those called? Don't tell me.
Where they put all the bodies with the stones on them?
Or the tombstones.
Yeah.
It's Kroger. It's the pizza. Frozen aisle.
Maybe you should ask my friend Terry.
Terry.
For I set this one up terribly for myself because the first part of that is not good to say alone. Yeah, ask Terry for his semen.
Cemetery.
Yep, there it is. It's like we're already in it. We're already in it.
I got there though. Man, that word fell out of my head.
I guess it should have been semen.
Okay, what are we doing in the Terry semen? What are we doing?
I don't know. What did I start to say before that?
You're sitting by the grave, and then something's happening.
Oh, they have a guy come. They have a hair cutter person that comes to get you out of your grave to cut your hair after it starts growing.
Get you out of your grave.
After you stop growing. Again, your hair starts.
That person is married to the mortician on the elevator, for sure. Yeah.
And it's 2 old men. Is that allowed? Okay.
Oh, why would that not be allowed?
No, I'm just like, they got married in 1927, so like that's hard for gay men in 1927.
That's why they have to hide above the elevator.
That's why they gotta have the weirdest jobs.
They live the lives they live.
It's a true love story. Wow. This is beautiful.
Stay blessed, y'all. Can't get better than this.
We made something beautiful today.
I think we did make something beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening to our show. This has been Semi-Social.
Yeah.
I'm Marissa.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Hannah.
And we're the 3 listeners that are going to listen to this later. It's just us again.
Thanks for coping with us.
Go eat something.
Have a quick bite.
Quick bye.
No, have a big bite.
Have a tight little bite.
Do a
Go have a tight little bite.
Go have a tight little package.
Take yourself out. Tight little package.
Order yourself a tight little package.
Yeah.